Welcome to another Sedaru Live podcast. I'm Adam Simonson, Director of Enterprise Solutions for Sedaru. Kevin Koshko, our Chief Product Officer, is here with me as always. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Adam. How you doing, man?
I'm good. So have you recovered from Las Vegas properly? We're recording this the Monday. We had ACE was like 8 days old, 9 days
Right.
old. Yeah, so you had a full week of recovery. So
Yeah, a full week of recovery, and oh, what a recovery session it was.
Nice.
No, actually, not bad, man. I want to say, like, for it being in Vegas, I thought that was very tame. So,
Wow, that's good. That explains why I never saw you at a blackjack table at 2 a.m. when I was.
that is right. Yeah. Did you end up playing much? I did not.
No, I did not play that much. Although the World Cup started on the last day,
Right.
and so like a degenerate gambler, I was gambling on the Russia-Saudi Arabia soccer game.
How did that work out for you?
At 8 a.m. I had so many bets on the game that I couldn't actually, I think I lost $7, but I couldn't actually even root on the game properly because I was like betting on the under, betting on the first half score, betting on the second half score. It was it was entertaining. I mean, how else are you going to make that kind of soccer game fun?
There you go. Right. I mean, it's you got some skin in the game, and now actually soccer becomes interesting.
Right.
Sorry.
So what was your biggest industry takeaway from the conference, Kevin?
Yeah. So, I saw a lot of validation on like sensors and, a little bit more of that than I've seen in previous years. It seems like people are getting that down, and it's getting adopted. It seemed like smart water became much of a buzzword and this kind of direction that people wanted to go, where you can see like things like, sensors and things tie in with that. And it was all very kind of academic, but I'm seeing like customers actually having things like that now and purchasing that. And right. It's actually like taken off and it's no longer a science experiment. So I thought that was kind of interesting to see. Some of those players really kind of evolved. So
no, I'd agree, and it was neat to see like you talk about a couple of those companies, Sierra Nex and Ecologics, and them doing presentations that kind of highlighted our technology. And it was neat showing that, because what we're trying to do with Sedaru is really to help eliminate data silos at utilities. And as you're adding more and more sensors and adding these other information gathering points, you can really easily just be building new data silos. Yeah. And so to see Sedaru be sort of a key piece of that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's exciting to see that maturity, and it's exciting to see the data that comes out of it, because within Sedaru, you have all these sensors, you have SCADA, you have GIS, you have work order systems, you'll have AMI data, and then couple that with pressure and leaks and transient detection. It finally tells the entire story. It's right. It really has all the pieces of the puzzle. So.
Yep. Yeah. No. Absolutely. I would agree. And usually I get to go to some sessions, and I didn't this year, but just simply because we were so busy with our booth. It was really neat. Just in and out, lots of existing customers, and then lots of new folks wanted to know what we were up to. I think we've been talking, for a while in the industry about a shift away from asset management as an initiative. Mm-hmm. And we're doing, what I would call, or what we do call, really thinking more of real-time operational management, and this idea of real-time management, which really is encompassing of asset management. Yeah. But it's neat to see that vision is catching on with people. That they're realizing that, this is asset management, and the management of a utility is not a back office function, right? It's not something that you sort of sit there and look at after the fact. It's something you're doing every day. You're in the middle of it every day. So how you're doing work should be tied to your SCADA system. You should be thinking about how does that then flow into my hydraulic model? How does that, how do all those pieces, sort of tie together and do it, which is really, really pretty fun.
I think it's cool because it's just like what you said, but it's also like everyone in the utility is now part of that, right? Mm-hmm. It used to be very much like, okay, the engineers worked on the asset management stuff, and then they do some reports, or, you'd have, hydraulic modeling silo or SCADA silo, or even, work order silo, and everyone kind of had their respective, parts of the puzzle. But with the way it's heading now, it's absolutely everyone participates in the overall operational management, and real-time management of a utility. That's pretty exciting. No one's really left out of the equation anymore. Everyone's very much a part of it. So
yeah, absolutely, that's cool. Any other sort of favorite moments of the conference that you had?
Should we discuss the dining experience? I don't know if that's
oh shoot, I didn't even yeah, we can. No, well, so this is good, actually. You're right about this. So yeah, I forgot about our so we threw a client dinner that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So if you ever get invited to a Sedaru client dinner, don't turn down the invitation, because you don't know. You have no idea what you're gonna miss. Now, we ended up doing it at this German brew hall that was a lot of fun, except it turns out that if you order a shot, I mean, this was all unbeknownst to us.
Right.
You order a shot, that the waitresses bring that out on a big paddle, right? Mm-hmm. And then basically start having a few whacks at you,
And it's not like, okay, well, just here's a little piddle paddle. It's wind up, running start, smack you in the ass as hard as they possibly can. Right.
I mean, it was like they were in the back room, watching Barry Bonds clips on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Being like, no, you're going to have to push your hips a little bit more. Which, of course, then turns into everybody's now ordering shots for everybody.
Right.
And
then it becomes like a revenge thing. And, then it's just never ending.
It was a total free for all. But somehow, it was actually all sort of in clean fun, though, too.
Absolutely.
It never degraded past that, so, which was good.
Yep. No, and I think that was probably part of why it was helpful to have an 8-day recovery time, because now I can sit down.
That is true. That's a really good point. I forgot about the fact that my ass hurt. Thanks for bringing that back up. That's great. That's great. No, that was fun. I tell you what was really fun too about that dinner was I sitting at a table talking to folks from utilities from Louisiana, Colorado, Massachusetts, California, big utilities, small utilities, and so you had this really, really cool snapshot of utility customers from around the country that were all sort of centered around using Sedaru, talking about it, I mean, and having a good time. But that was really cool to kind of just see so many of our great customers kind of together in one place, and everybody enjoying themselves.
Yeah, I find that's the most rewarding part of what we do, right? Is seeing kind of thriving utilities, and not only them saying, oh yeah, this is great, and going to dinner with us, but them talking to each other and saying, hey, this works for us. What are you guys using it for? That's where you really get some great collaboration, and it's great to see.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. And we'll have to, I hope is next year at ACE when we do it, we'll do something similar, but minus the corporal punishment.
Sure.
I think we could leave that component out.
I think we can, but it has kind of raised the bar. So we will need to cleverly think of something that would be just as memorable or better. So.
Right. Exactly. I'll tell you a funny story that I had too. When I was flying back, I had a late flight out on Thursday, and I fly a lot, right? And I generally have taken the approach of, I just don't talk to people on airplanes, especially if it's a really long flight, because you just never know what kind of craziness you're going to get yourself into, and now you're trapped next to the person for 3.5-4 hours, and especially on a coast to coast flight, right? But the guy that's sitting next to me on my flight, I saw he had a water bottle from the conference, from a giveaway or something. So I just it's oh, were you at the conference, to have a chat. And it's interesting. The guy's name is John Tobiasen. Shout out to John. Hope you're listening. He's a professor at UMass Amherst, civil engineering professor. And it was crazy because we knew a whole bunch of people in common, and he's kind of a little bit of a hydraulic modeling geek. Mm-hmm. And so we spent a good 4 hours talking about doing hydraulic models, talking about how we're, how the industry's changing, like what's going on from an academic side of things and how the kids are different and teaching. And the plane and the flight really flew by. What was really cool too is at one point I was like, let me show you the software. And I had bought Wi-Fi on the plane. And so, how crappy airline Wi-Fi is. It is not very good, right? I was pulling up and walking them through like all of our software and all the stuff that it does. And it all, like, even on like that weak Wi-Fi, it just was all like flawless. Up on the web browser, walking through things, showing how to do stuff. And so it really does sort of drive home that idea of like this connected utility and the ability to sort of look at things and analyze stuff wherever you are, no matter what's going on.
Yeah, even at 35,000 feet, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. So,
nice.
So we agreed at some point I'm going to go up to UMass Amherst, which is probably a 2-hour drive from me, and go up there and like do something with the kids up there with the civil engineering students and do something fun. So that was kind of a fun highlight, a good way to decompress from like getting out of a casino. Because that's the hard thing with Vegas. It's like you're just, no matter what you do, you're in a casino all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you're trapped there. Yeah, when you go to UMass, don't forget to bring your paddle, man. I think they'll appreciate it.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to see.
Yeah, no, it's funny you mentioned the internet connectivity because the plane Wi-Fi is pretty bad. Another good benchmark is trade show Wi-Fi, because I don't know which one's worse.
Right.
Either of those, you're in good shape.
Well, we see it all the time. It's been one of the big failings of mobile solutions going back, is that a lot of them were predicated, and a lot of these real-time solutions were predicated on really high bandwidth.
Yeah.
And if you're out in the field, turning valves and you're doing work and you're doing all kinds of things, there's plenty of times where you're going to have less than optimal Wi-Fi. So the software's got to be connected that way. It's got to be able to work with in less than optimal positions. So that was I thought that was pretty fun. Cool. So what's on your agenda here for the rest of the summer, Kevin? You got big plans kicking it off?
You know what? I'm actually going to Cabo next week. So I am not disappointed about that. So nice. I haven't been. I've been to Mexico plenty of times. Born and raised in SoCal. So, this will be the first Cabo excursion. So
nice.
I think that's where I'm going to need some recovery time.
So hang on, you're going to Cabo next week.
Yeah.
And then are you going to join me at the Esri conference in the week after that?
I may come for a day or so, but I got to jump up to NorCal for a couple things. And
gotcha. So we're going to be running like a half a Sedaru Live deal in San Diego.
Pretty much.
Can we bring a cardboard cutout of you?
I think that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
I'm wondering if we can find a place that has those, and we can take selfies with them. It'd be great.
Exactly. We get like a fat head done. Have you seen those? The fat heads?
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. Maybe we'll see. We'll get our marketing guy on that. Maybe
I'd like that. Yeah, I think we got to put him to the task. I think that'll work.
Cool. Well, you know what? Then maybe what we'll do is after the Esri conference in a couple of weeks, we'll do another podcast and I'll give you the download on what's the newest and latest greatest from a GIS side of things.
Perfect. And I'll give you a download on what's the latest greatest happenings with tequila and other. So
yes, thank you. That would be that's a good. You should bring your paddle to Cabo. That would be.
They'll call me El Matador. I'm gonna do it, man. It'll be great, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Look for us. Look for Sedaru Live on Facebook, on LinkedIn. You might notice too. We have a new website. So go to sedaru.com. Check that out. Lots of new great stuff up there. And if you're not already subscribed to this in your podcast feed, go ahead and make sure you do that. So as soon as this gets posted, you'll be listening to the next episode. So very good. Thanks, Kevin.
All right, Adam. See you next time.
All right. Bye.
All right.